I'm a Christian. Some people might have whatever belief they want to have about the manifesting. I'm not. This is the main thing you need to know, like to actually achieve and work towards this goal. I had 29/64. I have to do better. New year, new me. Every time the same cycle over and over again. But yet nothing. You still go back to the old you. Even the week that you said new year, new you have dropped everything that you said you were going to change like a hot pot. If this is you, we have the same struggle, and this year, because it's not only for 1 year, every other year after this, we're going to break that cycle of new year, new me, yet old you. So if you're interested in changing this cycle of new year, new me, yet old you, keep watching.
Also, this video is very long. It took me a while to edit it. Feel free to come back and watch it, or watch it all at once. But we had to say what we had to say.
This video, and make sure you're with your jotter, your pen, your journal, anything you use to take things down. I hope you're with it, because we're going to be doing things differently this time around. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and to my old subscribers, thank you for coming back. To my new subscribers, or if you're new here, make sure to stay subscribed. We are planning to grow together. We grow together in this channel. That is our own motto. Everybody has their own motto. We grow together, so let's grow together. The first thing you need to do to actually stop this cycle of new year, new you, we need to be realistic with ourselves, and we need to know the reason. Like, this is something that struck me personally, because I've been wanting to improve myself, wanting to change, wanting to get better. But I pondered and I was like, why do I actually want these things? It sounds weird. Maybe some people know their reasons, but really deep down, think about it. Why do you want to change? Why do you want to become better? What exactly is wrong with you? You should be writing down, because if you're like me, after I finish listening to it, it will enter, stay for some time, and go out. It like it evaporates or something. So that's why I said you should get your pen and paper, because it's very important. You need to jot things down in this video, especially if you really want to like carry out your goals this year. You need to write. Like, it's one of the important things. Like, other than we know we need to act on it, but you need to write. So what is the reason? Is it to show off? Because if you want to show off, like, nobody cares, honestly. The truth is that nobody cares. No matter what you are doing, they'll just talk about it for a while, and it will go, okay, oh, a new iPhone is coming out, oh, iPhone 14. But by September, another one come out. Nobody's talking about the old one again. Each day, even if it means for you to set an alarm, you need to read your reasons to yourself over and over again. This is why I want to do this. This is why I want to do that. You need to pull our reasons. Even if you're putting it on anywhere you will see it, put it, your reasons why you really want to do this. You need to keep reminding yourself. So your reasons is what's going to help you, that even when things are getting difficult, you will not go back on your word, you will not go back on your goals, you will not go back on what you say you're going to do. Next point is, this is a new year reset. But like, whenever time you're seeing this video, it's not too late to continue. Get up and continue. Like, it's not I failed, so no hope for me, because you don't know tomorrow. Yes, you set your new year goals, does not mean that you know what's going to happen tomorrow, or you know what's going to happen in February or March. So have that at the back of your mind, that yes, you set these goals, but things will happen. But that should not be an excuse, because you know us now, we like to give excuses, like, for not keeping up to what we want to achieve. There's always this excuse, but no, that should not be an excuse. But you should keep it at the back of your mind that you don't know tomorrow, and that is the truth. You might wake up and you may not be feeling well, and obviously if you're not feeling fine, if you're having malaria or you're down with flu or cold, you cannot go to the gym. I don't know, some people are superheroes, maybe you can, but if I'm not feeling well, if I'm having cramps, I cannot do exercises like I would usually want to do. The next thing is reflect on the past year. There are some questions you need to ask yourself concerning last year, or concerning the past few months, depending on when you're watching this video, that you need to know. Sit down and talk to yourself and find out, because you're doing something and it's not working. Why do you keep doing it? You need to change. You need to do something different. So let's go to the table. I have some things I wrote down in my journal yesterday. Actually, I wrote them down. I started my own late. Actually, that's another thing. Stop telling yourself it's late, because you tell yourself that it's late, you end up never doing it at all. And which one is worse? Do you understand? So let's go to the table and let's see what I have. In case you don't really know what to ask yourself, you could ask yourself some of these questions. I try to answer them as honest as possible. There's no need to lie to yourself. You are the one. If anything you do, it's you directly that is being affected. So there's no need. Just tell yourself the truth. And so, what milestones did I reach this year, this past year, or this past month? What did you achieve? That it might not be so much. You might not say milestone now, like a big old milestone. No, like, what did you achieve that for you normally you've not achieved that kind of thing? It might not be the biggest thing in the whole wide world. So what were your milestones? What are you most grateful for? What did I discover about myself this year? What period did I grow the most, and what did I do those periods that made me grow the most? That's why you need to be very intentional and try to write down things, so that when you're reflecting, you say, okay, this is what I did and it worked for me this way. You need to take note of that. What are the areas I gave excuses this year? What are the biggest challenges I faced this year? What did I like about this year or this past month? What did I dislike? What are some lessons that I learned in the past year or in the past month? I'm going to answer some of the questions just to give you an idea. What did I discover about myself this past year? I need to be more observant, and I doubt myself a lot. Like, most of the things I could have achieved, I didn't achieve because I'm like, can I do it? Am I sure? I have this fear. I know that there was nothing else that was holding me other than myself. What are the lessons I learned this past year? Life moves on. It doesn't matter how hurt you feel about something that has happened. It's not like we don't know these things, but it dawned on me more that you're holding on to something doesn't mean that it hasn't passed. And you know the annoying thing? Yes, it's paining you. You want to hold on to it. You feel like you're doing somebody something. But the thing is that you can't change it. Like, you cannot go back and undo that thing you did. That's the annoying part. So the only thing you can do about it is, like, forget about it and make sure that you don't do it again or make the same mistakes you did. So I think that was the most important lesson I learned last year. Yeah, so now you've asked yourself these questions. There are some key points, like, in case you still, because for me, when I saw these questions, it took me aback a bit, because going to January to think back, to January 2022 to December 2022 to think back all that I've done. Yeah, can't tell me to remember all these things like so randomly. So I saw from another video, or I learned that you could also divide it. So that's what I divided in my notes. I divided it into about 5 parts that will help me to know, like, how my last year was. If the aspects I think I didn't remember, please help me and comment, because I also need to check on those aspects too. So finances, spiritually, character, YouTube, because that's what I do. I'm into YouTube, Instagram or TikTok, that's social media. You can classify it as social media, academics, and then lifestyle. So I went into these 7 parts to know how I did on these areas last year. You can put in areas that are important to you. Maybe instead of Instagram or YouTube, how did you do on your job? What was your, work life? You understand? You can put that there instead of YouTube. And then if you work out and you're practicing healthy diet and healthy living, how did you do on those healthy diet plan and everything? What I did in this my division that really helped me to, like, grade myself or to know where I was. I'm not using it as a yardstick to say, oh, I failed, what a disappointment. No, I just use it to know how far I came and how much more or how much I need to put into this year to be better. Now in my YouTube, but at this point I put up the video, as at last year rather, I started my YouTube again in August, and in August I had 136 subscribers and got to 188 for the end of the year. And I also checked how many videos I had posted and how many shorts I had posted in those 4 months, because August 31st is like September, so I counted September, October, November, December. That's 4 months. I hope I'm explaining this well. That's 4 months. And then for me, or for you to be successful on YouTube, you have to post at least once a week. So I had 4 months after I started my YouTube again, And if I was supposed to post one video per week till the end of the year, because September to the end of the year, I'm supposed to have posted 16 videos. But I checked how many videos I posted and it was 8. So I did not post up to 16. I was kind of okay with that. Oh, I actually posted up to half. But at least that will help me to know that, okay, this year I have to do better. So I don't know if you understand the kind of calculation that I'm trying to do. For Instagram and TikTok, I'm supposed to have 64 videos on my Instagram or 64 posts. But what I have is 29. So 29 over 64 for me. If you have bad habits and all of that, to fall under character. Then lifestyle is basically the way you live your life, the way you do your things. Are you disorganized? That's the guide I used to reflect more on my 2022. That's after asking myself those questions, I still went for that to like break them down to be sure. Like I said, if you know any other aspect of life that was supposed to have been put in here, comment it down below. I'll appreciate it. It's now time to project into the new year, because now you know your fault, you know your lapses, you know what went wrong, what you did that went right, and now it's now time to use that information and create maybe new goals or continue. Now I had 29 over 64. I have to do better in this coming year, so you project into the new year. I still divided it the same way. In this 2023 I added hair, so that's for me personally, because I take care of my hair. I believe I'm supposed to take care of my hair. So for y'all that want to grow your hair and you're not adding it to your goals, actively work towards it. I don't know what you're doing. Even before we enter setting these goals, if you've written down all these aspects of life that you want to grow in, this is the main thing you need to know, like to actually achieve and work towards this goal. You need to change your mindset. This thing of mindset is very serious. I can give you like some examples of how a negative mindset has affected me. I've been editing a video. I was editing this video. I was hurrying because the Wi-Fi, I share it with my siblings and everybody in the house. The Wi-Fi I use for uploading YouTube, which I've changed because that can't happen to me again. So I was using it with everybody, and then the app I used to edit my videos is an online app kind of. The data has to be on for you to edit. I was editing, I was rushing, but in my mind I was like, hey, what if I finish editing this video and this data finish? What if I finish? But I was rushing the editing because I was like, I have to post even if it's one video before the data finishes. Do you believe? Like, I know this sounds very weird. The moment I said I have finished editing this video, full stop, do you believe that this Wi-Fi finished? People may say obviously data has already gone down and everything, but yes, there is that. But that mindset, that fear that was in me attracted that faith to me. Whether or not you want to believe it is left to you alone. But there is nothing that a negative mindset is going to do for me. That's one thing that I keep hammering into myself. Not me believing in the bad possible side when there is what of the good side. That's actually one of the lessons I learned that last year that I should have written down. You see, as I'm doing this video, we're learning together, so we're actually literally learning together. I've seen a lot of videos on affirmations and abundant mindset and manifesting and all of that. I'm a Christian, yeah, and then some people might have whatever belief they want to have about the manifesting. I'm not telling you, if you're a Christian, I'm not telling you to go and join another religion or burn candle or do whatever. But manifesting, all these things are in the Bible. There's even a verse of the Bible that says it is settled and it will manifest in our lives. What do you think faith is? Something has not happened, but you believe that it has happened. Do you get me? This thing of mindset is something you have to work on. Like what I've started doing this year, I was actually supposed to make it a growth series, but I had not started early to video everything. The whole vlogging and videoing your whole life, it's not an easy journey, but I'm working towards it. I will do it. So one thing I started practicing this year is listening to positive affirmations in the morning. After I do my prayers, I go to Spotify. I don't know if you don't have Spotify, the app or something. I think you should get it. It's not sponsored, by the way. They're not paying me. They'll pay me one day, but yeah, positive. Yeah, they'll pay me one day, but now it's not sponsored. You should get Spotify or whatever app that you can use to listen to motivations. Now, people, I know Nigerians who have plenty motivation. Say, my dear, Yes, all those things are for fun. We use it to catch fun and cruise and everything. But to be honest, if you keep thinking negative things will keep coming to you, and that is the truth. Full stop. If you want to argue it, I don't know, that's your life. But me, I'm trying to do something that is going to help me grow, and I want to move forward. I will move forward. I'm going to be practicing it. It's new to me, but I've noticed a difference, like in the way, generally my, let's say, composure or how I feel since I started listening to positive affirmations. If I play positive affirmations in the morning, I play it in the evening as well. I always listen to I am great, I can do this. And there's one a very nice song I saw too when I was listening to it. I can't remember the artist though. I am, but you can go and look for it. The song sounds something like, what I say I am, what I wanna know I understand. Something like that. So it's just like reaffirming to yourself that you can do these things, because why not? Why can't you do those things you say you can do? Anytime you say I can do something, I can make $1 million, and become afraid like me, I have to write down, okay, the reasons. Why do I actually feel like I can't do this? Because most of the time, when you say, okay, why am I scared that I can't achieve this? And then you try to write it down, you discover that there is actually no reasonable thing that is stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve. After you've known that you need to change your mindset and actively work towards changing your mindset, it's something that you have to keep training your mind. Like just like how you train your muscle, you have to train your mind, and it's difficult, but it's doable. Like, don't even have the mindset that it's difficult. Just do it. You need to know that when you are changing, I didn't like this information because I'm someone that likes holding on to my friends, like no matter what, and sometimes to my even detriment. But like when it comes to them, they're like ready to drop. You should know, mind who you have around you. Some people are negativity magnet. They cannot just, something is happening, they cannot think of any positive thing or any thing to tell you, to encourage you. Misery likes company. You just need to notice when your friends are always on the negative side, and either because I know it's difficult to cut people off, like I know, so but you need to try and avoid them. If you don't want to cut them off, avoid them, especially when you are like, you know that you're really trying to do something for yourself and they'll keep pulling you down. So one thing you need to know that is that you're going to receive pushback, so especially when you start changing. They'll be like, what's this one feeling like? She's now forming, feeling like she's bigger than us. If you even have friends that will make that kind of comments, sorry to say, but they are not mature, and why would you have such people as your friends? Well, okay, yeah, people are not perfect. Some goals take time. I was watching Eric on Demand. There are some goals that she said she wrote that was in her previous year's vision board. She manifested last year. They say she made the vision board 2020, and the things she wanted to achieve, she didn't achieve it then, but she has achieved it in 2022. So because you did not achieve it at the end of the year does not mean you will not eventually achieve it. And apart from that, there are sub goals. Things come up, and as things come up, you have to adapt as a human being and set new goals. There are sub goals all throughout like the year. You have written down these ones that are, let's say, key points and major points, but there are also like things that will come up, sub things that you didn't plan for, but you need to still get them done. So that is, you have to include that as it comes up. You have to include it as well. Those things are also achievements as well. You should give yourself like a small pat on the shoulder sometimes. You're not as bad as you think you are. I'm not as bad as I think I am. I'm not as bad as I think I am. Say that to yourself. Because you have to know how you want to go about achieving those goals, and then those things that normally stop you from doing certain things or trying out like these goals you want to achieve. What there are things you know that may be a hindrance to you. You should write them down and look for ways to like avert it. And also, like I said, try to give yourself a pat on the back. Maybe you say, if I do this for today, I'm going to give myself this. I'm going to watch movie. Just you do something, reward yourself. Do you understand? When time you achieve something, no matter, you must not, reward does not mean you have to go to VI. Small something, but there are things, small little things that make you happy. Do those things. Like me, that I love Korean movies. I watch movies and oh my god. So I could do for myself that, okay, I'm not going to watch any movie until I do so thing, and I try to stick to it. Like these days now, it's like a constant mind battle. Anytime I'm watching movie, my mind is telling me you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing this. Let's go on to creating the vision board. So I'm going to go to Pinterest and pick out images that reflect what I want to achieve this year and edit it on Canva. I might show the process. I intend on showing the process actually, but I have just one filming device, so it has to be that screen recorded or nothing basically. So I'm going to try and create the vision board, and then I learned from Erica on Demand to have a word, just like they say, this year is my year of. Have a word for this year. I've been torn between 3 words, but I guess as I design it, you eventually see the word that I choose, the word for the year. And then I'll design it as a phone wallpaper, and maybe as a desktop wallpaper too. Yeah. So let me go and do that. If you've watched this far, do not hesitate to like if you learned something, subscribe, join us, let's grow together, let's use it to be accountable, let's be our accountability bodies. Remember how we say you're going to do this.
So we're here on Canva. You just need to pick phone wallpaper format and look for the free ones. That's what I did, and I've already gotten my pictures from Pinterest, which you'll notice I will import. This took me so much time. I'm not complaining because it made me meditate a lot on my goals. So let's just see what I did here. What you need to know is that each picture actually represents something on my goals for 2023. So I'm going to explain it when I've managed to put all the pictures together. It wasn't really very easy to arrange, but I was able to do for the desktop and the phone as well. All of them are available templates on the Canva app. I just use a blank template, by the way, and just continued because I didn't see anything I liked particularly, and besides I was going to cover it all up with the different pictures. So we have all the pictures imported. As you can see, it's a whole lot of pictures. There's hardly any background. The sub picture there serves as a reminder that I would love to read my Bible more this year. The picture of the church, I would like to go to church more often. I'm Catholic, so I would like to attend mass often. And then I have some affirmations. You're overthinking things, you see some of them there. Even my YouTube goals is in the center, as you can see. Just basically pictures that represent your goals. You find them and then put them together.